Manuelito was an ordinary young man, a farmer living in a small, quiet village in the Philippines. He led a simple life, working the fields under the blazing sun and sharing his meals with his family. But deep inside, he dreamed of more. He wanted to be a hero, someone who could protect his village from the bandits and other dangers that often lurked in the forest. One day, while working in the fields, Manuelito overheard an old man telling stories of powerful talismans called anting-anting. These mystical amulets, blessed by spirits or carved with ancient symbols, could grant the wearer powers beyond imagination. Invincibility, superhuman strength, even the ability to vanish from sight. The old man spoke of one particular anting-anting hidden deep within the forest, one that held immense power but was guarded by spirits and dangerous tests. Manuelito couldn't shake the story from his mind. If he could find the anting-anting, he thought, he could protect his family and his village from harm. So, one moonlit night, he packed a small bag, bid his family farewell, and set out into the dense forest. Armed with only a bolo knife and his courage, Manuelito pushed through the tangled vines and thorny bushes, following the path described by the old man. After a day and a night of walking, Manuelito reached a clearing where a large, ancient tree stood, twisted and gnarled as though it had grown for centuries. The anting-anting was said to be buried beneath this tree, guarded by the spirit of a Diwata, a powerful fairy-like being who would only reveal it to the pure-hearted. As he began digging, a soft, eerie wind swept through the clearing. The leaves rustled, and from the shadows emerged the Diwata, her eyes glowing and her voice as soft as silk. She looked at Manuelito and asked, "Why do you seek the anting-anting? What will you do with its power?" Manuelito was nervous, but he told her the truth. "I want to protect my family and my village. I don't seek power for myself, but to protect those I love." The Diwata examined him closely. "Very well," she said. "But to prove your worth, you must pass 3 trials. Only then will I grant you the anting-anting." Manuelito nodded, determined. For the first trial, the Diwata conjured an enormous python, coiling and hissing with sharp, glistening fangs. It lunged at Manuelito, who steadied his breath and faced the creature. He remembered his father's advice: face your fears with a calm mind. As the snake struck, Manuelito sidestepped and quickly slashed with his bolo, narrowly defeating the beast. He passed the first trial, his hands shaking, but his heart stronger than ever. For the second trial, the Diwata whispered a spell, and suddenly, Manuelito was surrounded by a ring of fire. The flames rose high, trapping him. Panicked, he looked around, searching for a way out. Then he remembered the Diwata's words about courage and purity of heart. Focusing on his mission and steadying his mind, he walked forward through the flames, feeling the intense heat, but finding himself untouched. His pure intentions shielded him, and he emerged unscathed. For the final trial, the Diwata asked him a question. If you gain this power, will you keep it to yourself, or will you share its strength with others? Without hesitation, Manuelito replied, "I will use it to protect others, not for my own gain." Satisfied, the Diwata nodded and placed a small, weathered amulet in his hand. The anting-anting was made of dark wood and stone, inscribed with ancient symbols. Manuelito felt its power as soon as he held it. It was as though he had the strength of 10 men, and his senses sharpened beyond anything he'd known. With the anting-anting, Manuelito returned to his village, and just in time, bandits were raiding nearby homes, stealing crops and terrorizing families. Summoning the strength of his amulet, Manuelito fought off the bandits, defending his village with newfound courage and resilience. The bandits fled, no match for the power Manuelito wielded. Word of his bravery spread, and Manuelito became a hero, a protector of his village. He never misused the anting-anting, always remembering the Diwata's words and the trials he endured. To this day, people say that Manuelito's spirit lives on in the forests, protecting those who are pure of heart, guided by the power of his sacred anting-anting.